1997. That was the last time the Eugene School District changed its science curriculum at the elementary level. For some middle schools, it's been almost 15 years. Figuring out a new curriculum has been a long and involved process. Starting in 2014, nearly 40 teachers from across the district field-tested numerous programs. As a result of those reviews, the district settled on one new program for elementary education and another for the middle schools. The change was needed because Eugene students weren't meeting the Oregon Next Generation science standards. District spokesperson Carrie Delph says the new programs are designed to shift the way students learn, featuring more hands-on learning.
Just reading a textbook, just doing a worksheet is not going to teach students the skills they need to be successful in today's world. To be successful in the 21st century, you need other skills.
Generally, school districts try to change their science curriculum every 6 to 7 years. But with small budgets, that can be difficult.
Just the cost. It is expensive to replace curriculum across an entire school district.
Right now, the lack of resources makes it difficult for 2 instructors to teach the same unit at the same time. Third grade teacher Allison Kreider welcomes a new curriculum designed to get rid of that problem.
Our new curriculum that we're adopting, there'll be enough for everybody, so we all can be on the same page.
The new curriculum will be more kit-based and offer students a variety of materials in order to learn different topics.
Everything from volcano demonstrations to solar car kits, building a solar-powered car, learning about how circuits work.
These materials will also attempt to make the educational setting for both teachers and students more enjoyable.
The topics are interesting, but I think that how they're laid out is a little boring. The new kits, they get to experiment and they get to come to the final answers themselves.
Kreider thinks the new science program is going to be worth the wait.
I think teachers will see and students will see that it's a lot more exciting that way, and I think teachers will be more excited to teach science.
And the program can't come soon enough for some.
I think it's time that we have new curriculum that's not 25 years old.
Reporting for Oregon News, I'm Jonathan Stile. Requiring police officers to wear body cameras has been a hot topic over the last few years. Scenes like this are a big reason why. In 2012, Oregon State Police Officer Rob Edwards pulled over Justin Wilkins for speeding on his motorcycle. Edwards then got out of his vehicle and kicked Wilkins in the chest. The video from Edwards' dash cam played a big part in Wilkins' successful lawsuit against Edwards. And because such video has become more common, there has been increased scrutiny of police officers around the nation. The Eugene Police Department is just one of 73 in the country and one of 2 in the state of Oregon to receive federal grants to equip all of its officers with body cameras. While the video recorders only capture a certain range of motion, Captain Sherry Meisel thinks it's a step in the right direction.
It doesn't necessarily address all issues, but it's just another tool in the toolbox to help us build that trust, make sure that we have the right policies and training in place, make sure that people know what really happened during an incident.
Now the department needs to decide which cameras to buy, who to buy them from, and how to store the footage they will eventually record. Meisel thinks the cameras will be worth the effort for both the community and the officers.
I think anything that will add to a more civil interaction and better trust is going to be beneficial for everyone.
A few officers downtown have been wearing body cameras for a while, but soon the whole force will add them to their uniform. So far, the community reaction has been positive. Meisel says that's crucial.
We cannot do our jobs without the public and the public's trust. It's not a one-way street, so we need that trust going back and forth, and that just makes a much safer and better community.
Jonathan Stile, Oregon News. In Oregon, the wine industry is huge, and this year could be a great one for wine in the Willamette Valley.
So far, we don't have never have a frost that we dealt with like in 2014, but right now everything just looking good, and hopefully we have another long summer.
But nothing's guaranteed. The general manager of Sweet Cheeks Winery, Jessica Ramp, says if it gets too hot too early, like a couple of years ago, the wine will suffer.
The vine has to struggle, so it doesn't have a lot of water. It's really struggling to produce. Sometimes you can taste that within the grape.
The perfect balance can be tough to find because too much water can be devastating for the crop.
Those berries are so full of juice. If you get a heavy rainfall, it will split the grape and you'll lose all of the juice.
And without nutrient-rich soil, there is no vine and thus no wine.
The soil is the big part of how the grapes grow. Just whatever's the minerals that's on the soil and top of soil, that will give you the different characteristic of the wine.
But it's not all negative growing grapes in Oregon.
It's like a spice kitchen for a chef. There's all these diversity of climates from the northern Willamette Valley down to southern Oregon. So all these different grape varieties are grown. So there's diversity of wines, grape varieties and wine styles you can make.
According to the most recent statistics available, published in an article by Oregon State University, U.S. wine grape production in 2007 was valued in the billions. That year, the country produced 3.8 million tons of wine grapes. But a higher yield of grapes may lessen the value of the wine by the time the grapes hit the barrels.
If you hang too many berries, the quality of the berries will jeopardize at the end. So the smaller the crops, a lot of time is the better. So you have concentration of easier ripening for the vine.
When it comes to flavor, winemakers don't want the juice to sit in the barrels too long because the wine will become oxidized, losing both taste and quality.
It will breathe through the wood, so you'll have a lot of oxygen contact. If you want to bottle it, when you taste the wine, you think it's right on the peak point.
Winemakers also have to battle vineyard pests, weeds, and disease, all of which can cause significant damage to their crops. And there's a lot at stake. In Oregon alone, production was valued at $78 million, taking third place behind California and Washington. The Willamette Valley is home to nearly 70% of the state's vineyard acreage. We've talked a lot about the process from the grape to the barrel, but now we're going to look at the development of the wine within the glass. And swirling your glass isn't all for show. It's about helping your nose better smell the wine.
So when we're swirling a glass, what we're doing is we're increasing the surface area of the glass that's been coated by the wine, so there's an increased area of aromatic compounds coming off, so that sensor has more of an opportunity to pick up the different compounds in the wine.
Mark Nickel operates a wine tasting room near downtown Eugene, where he also creates his own wine in the back. He says the versatility of Oregon climates makes for complex wine flavors.
If you imagine it's a little bit like a peacock's tail, that as it fans out, there's more and more flavors that come to you as you are tasting, smelling, enjoying a wine.
Pinot Noir accounts for 57% of the state's planted acreage. Nichols says Pinot Noir is popular, but it is a difficult wine to perfect. He describes the grape as finicky and stubborn. But when the weather permits, Oregon can produce a world-class Pinot Noir.
They need to sort of be on the edge of climatically what the weather is warm enough to ripen the fruit. And it's in those circumstances that we typically get the most complex and rich styles of Pinot.
And Nichols says with Oregon's diversity, there's always something new to come from Oregon wine. Reporting for Oregon News, I'm Jonathan Stile.